You ready? Yep. Welcome to Mrs. C's online art room where you can do art in your PJs. You don't have to brush your teeth, but probably you really should, because if you don't, that's kind of gross. Let's make some art. Hi students, today I want to talk to you about creating art using something called synthesis. And synthesis is when you use your critical and creative thinking skills. It's when you take something that you already know and you add it to something else that you might already know, and you create something brand new from those things. So I'm going to show you how to create a drawing using synthesis, and I'm going to show you by showing some of my sketches in my own sketchbook. This is an image that I drew for a book my sister and I wrote called Zood. And this little guy here, his name is Treefoot. And you do see two images because you're seeing on the left-hand side the pre-sketch or rough sketch, and then on the right-hand side what it looks like when I put it in the computer and cleaned it up a little bit. Now, Treefoot is a combination of two things. Treefoot is a combination of a little miniature Bigfoot and trees. He's got trees for feet. So that's what I mean by synthesis. I'm taking two things, I'm putting them together, I'm creating something completely new. This is another illustration, and you can see it's a work in progress because you see the first rough sketch and then a little further along where I've started to add some value, but I'm not done yet, and that's okay. This is an octoshark. It's taking a shark and an octopus and squishing them together to create something new. Using that word synthesis again, I'm creating something new. And that is going to be your challenge today. How can you take something that you already know how to draw, can be something very simple, and change it in some way? You can add another animal to it. You can add anything to it that you want. You could subtract something from it. And the video that you're going to see after this will explain exactly how to do that. So I cannot wait to see your wonderful art. I'm going to show you an example of how you can make a drawing where you take two things and you squish them together, kind of like a mashup. So I'm going to draw my sketchbook. I'm going to draw pretty fast, and I might even speed it up. So don't draw along with me. This is just for viewing. Just watch me do it, and then when I'm done, you're going to create your very own thing. Okay, on the right-hand side, you see a drawing of a Patas monkey, and that drawing took many hours to do. It's got a lot of detail, a lot of texture. It's a very clean, neat, and finished drawing. I am not doing that on the left-hand side. I'm going to move pretty fast over here just so you can kind of get an idea of how to do this, and it won't look as neat or as tidy, but just know that. And when you do your drawing, you can draw realistically, kind of like I am here, or you may choose to draw more like a cartoon or a little bit more towards the abstract. And that's fine too, because you get to use your own artist voice. You know how when a person sings, they have their own style and their own voice? Well, artists have their own style and their own voice too, and they express themselves visually. So this little drawing here on the right was for the book Zoot as well, kind of like the drawing that was up above of Treefoot. Now the Octoshark, that's for a different book. I can talk about that at another time. And as I'm drawing the Patas monkey, the Colonel is his name, as I'm drawing the Colonel, um, I'm adding a little bit of texture and having a lot of fun with that, moving along. And I am thinking, what kind of animal do I want to draw with the Colonel? I want to add a different animal. I want to do a mashup. I want to do a synthesis using my critical thinking skills. And I'm looking at the Colonel's shoulders, and to me, they look a little bit like a cobra snake, like when a cobra flexes its neck. So I'm going to make the Colonel into a little cobra. And one more thing I want to add is when you are drawing your animals, or it doesn't, like I said, it doesn't have to be an animal. You might want to try to put together an animal and a mode of transportation, like a cheetah car or maybe a hot air balloon penguin. It doesn't matter. But when you're drawing it, you may need to take a peek at what those things look like before you draw them. I'm one of those artists that I need to see something to draw it. Some people can draw out of their head, and that's a lovely and wonderful skill. I don't particularly have that skill, and you may or may not. If you don't, look around the internet, find something fun to draw first, and then draw it. of you who made it this far through the lesson, because that was a long lesson, I have a special surprise for you. And that surprise is I am offering the book Zood, the ebook version. This is the paperback version. Hello, Zood. Look at that crazy monkey on there with underwear. I wonder what that's all about. I guess you'll have to read it to find out. But I am offering the ebook Zood for free on Monday, May 4th. You can remember that date because May the 4th be with you for all my Star Wars fans out there. It is available on Amazon on that day. Go pick up a digital copy. You will see it. It is book 2 in the Underwear Dare series by the Nardini sisters. Who are the Nardini sisters? That's me, and that's my sister, because Nardini was my name before I got married, before I became Mrs. Christoffel. My name was Miss Nardini. So I hope you get a copy of that book, and I hope you enjoy it. Miss you all, love you all, take care. Okay, that was a long lesson, and I hope you made your way through it. Look, Buck wants to say hi. Hi, Buck. No.
Give her a bite. You can give her a bite.